like to say good evening. My name is Reverend Harris. I'm from Fresno, California. I'm the national president of the National Network in Action. Came down to Vallejo, California to get some fresh air. This bad situation has happened with my mother. I call her my mother here, Cynthia Martin. Her son was murdered, lynched by the Vallejo Police Department about 2 to 3 weeks ago. As of today, she has not seen her son, has not received her son's body. We have been organizing our organization and building coalitions with different organizations across the country and also here in Oakland, California, the Bay Area. And I believe we have the Oscar Grant Family Foundation, and we also have the Kenneth Harley organization, foundation, who is very supportive. I'm new to the area. I'm trying to learn fast as I can so that we can bring some hope and to educate our people in Vallejo, California, so these murders and shootings will not happen. And just a brief of what happened was her son was sitting in front of her car, in his car in front of his house, and these two Vallejo police came and shined their lights, ordered them out of the car, from what they say, and said that they got out and there was a gun in his. They seen a gun in his waistband, but the sister was looking out of the window the whole time and said that they did not get out the car, that they were there with their hands up, asking them and pleading them not to shoot at them in the car, and they started unloading their guns and then unloaded their clip and then reloaded their clip. One of the officers jumped on top of the car and started shooting downward again inside the car. And so this is a time where, this is happening all across the country right now. Not just in Vallejo. It shouldn't happen to anybody. You don't even shoot an animal like that.
That's right.
But now, today, for whatever reason is that we have a police force with a Nazi attitude, a Klansman attitude, feels that they could come and assassinate our babies, our young men, our young women. We're not putting up with it no more. And so enough is enough. As Fannie Lou Hamer says, enough is enough. And we're just going to get justice for not just her son, but also there was a guy named Guy who was filming a nonviolent video in an alley. And he was gunned down holding a styrofoam cup in his hand. I've been speaking with his mother, and so we're just going to be mobilizing in Vallejo. We're just asking all the world to give us support. When I blow the bugle, I'm going to expect people to come. Airplanes, buses, cars, boats, ships, whatever to get to Vallejo so that we can change the politics of Vallejo.
That's right. Power to the people.
All power to the people, and of course, the Oscar Grant Foundation, their family sends our condolences and love to the family of Mario, as you know, who was murdered in Vallejo. We stand here with this family in support. We will do what we can to bring the justice that this family deserves so importantly. And and it's a call out to our people, just the people in the community, to come out and support us in any kind of way that they can, but more so their bodies be present and their voice be heard, and that we know that we're tired and we're saying no more.
I want to share. I'm the mother of Mario Romero, and I would like to say that I hope his death does not go in vain. I hope that justice will be served for him, that will have every and each and every last one of young people, citizens, wherever they sit, that they can sit in their car without being assassinated, without being gunned down. And I'm just praying that justice will be served for my son, Mario Romero.
Hi, Stephanie. Can I get a chance? I'm here from the Kenneth Harding Foundation. Kenneth Harding was my son. I'm standing in solidarity here with Oscar Grant Foundation, Labor Black and Brown, in support of the Romero family, showing that we're standing up, we're speaking out, we're fighting back, we're not accepting these murderous cops continuing to kill our children and get away with this. So until the battle has been won, we're going to remain on the front lines, and we're going to keep on fighting until we take them down. You shoot us down, we're going to shut you down.
That's right. I'm a co-founder of Labor Black and Brown, and brothers and sisters, both brown and white, Asian, etc., want the community to support all of these families, do what they can, go to their unions, raise funds, because as the mother said, she has not even touched her son who was murdered and executed on September the 2nd. But we need more than that. We need conscious people to go door to door to the schools, if they know teachers, if they know churches, to actually connect the dots, because this has been happening each day. So Labor Black and Brown is calling on anyone. If you've got a union, you better be up in the union's face and tell them, stand with these families, because as we speak, they have been harassed by police. They have been their phones tapped. They have been violated even after the murder of her son. So we need protection in the kind of way that families know that we need. We need for us to be aware, but we also need unions to reach out to these families and say, we're going to provide some support. Okay, just like when Oscar Grant, we had the ILW come to Oakland, what did we do? Shut it down. Yeah. So all of those out here, the call is an injury to one is an injury to all. Community, family, labor, unite, same struggle, same fight till we win justice for these families. Okay. Thank you.
Can somebody expound on connecting the dots? Because that's what you all have been doing here in Oakland, and I know that we all are doing this across the nation. And so, yeah.
So I want to just talk about connecting the dots, because it's like Chopin said, an injury to one is an injury to all. And so I think that we all came together for the Oscar Grant family. I personally didn't know the family, and a lot of people did not know the family, but we saw something atrocious on video. Yes. Well, we see something atrocious in the Kenneth Harding video. We see something atrocious on the news when it comes to the sister young boy, her young son. We see that. So until we pull together and stand, and it's really the mothers and the families that stand up. I think that, what we saw in the Oscar Grant family was that a family member for the first time stood up in the community with the fight. And so that's what all these families are doing. Danica Harding moved from Seattle to come and fight for her son. And this mother is out here already on the front line. And I think that's going to have a big bearing on how we pull these rogue officers down. And it's not just Oakland. It's a national movement. We just came from New York with the Ramali Graham family and the Corvez family, the young man who was shot coming out of a store. He wasn't even the robber, and the police killed him. He was working in his uncle's store. And we was also with the sister, who was murdered. This young man was murdered because his mother called 911 for emergency help, and the police came and killed her son. So it's just not Oakland. This is a national movement, and we are uniting all the families to take a stand. Mobilization of Mothers is an organization that's up and coming, where we organize all the mothers, but we have to realize there are fathers too. There are brothers, there are uncles. It's a family affair. It's family business, and so we're going to unite as families and take care of the family business.
I'd like to add before we end this, as my wife mentioned, moms, which is the mobilization of mothers. Our ultimate goal is Sister Danica here is going to be connecting with families in the Vallejo, and we are calling on Reverend Harris to begin to talk with the mothers in Fresno. We're communicating with the mothers here in the Bay Area. What we're doing is we're mobilizing mothers, because our ultimate goal is to bring 1 million mothers together to take to Washington, D.C. And while we were on the East Coast, we met mothers there that are doing the exact same thing. So our ultimate goal, of course, is to close the gap, to have these mothers begin to communicate with each other across the United States and begin to stand as that face to bring about that change that we need when it comes to police brutality. So we're calling today in hopes that everyone would be in agreement that on October 22nd that we bring mothers here to Oakland. it's my hope, if not, we'll do it in Fresno, we'll do it in Vallejo, but if we can bring them all here in Oakland on October 22nd, that's the National Police Brutality Day that should be recognized by every injured mother in this country. And therefore, we're looking at making a call to these mothers that are out there that we don't know about to come join us on October the 22nd. We'll be bringing up more details of the actual time and the location. But October 22nd is National Police Brutality Day, and we're making a call out to everyone to come out and support us on that event that day.
The City Council of Oakland is trying to point a finger at Occupy Oakland for the disruption at the meeting last Tuesday, and you know, it was pretty clear to myself as a participant and a reporter that certainly that was not just Occupy Oakland disrupting that meeting. And I would like to know if any of you have anything to say to the City of Oakland about trying to simplify this as a Occupy Oakland disruption and blame Occupy Oakland when in fact, if anything, maybe Occupy Oakland's support is emboldening, empowering people to go ahead and speak up for ourselves. But
I'll say this, was Occupy Oakland in Vallejo, when Vallejo City Council got shut down.
Thank you.
This is our call out to the City of Oakland and the council. This is a community speaking to the outrage of murder that's happening in our community, and it has nothing to do with Occupy Oakland being alone in this movement. Occupy Oakland is in support of and against police brutality. And any time that we begin to speak and no answers is given, you can expect that City Council will be shut down.
That's right.
And can I just give you one bit of information? During that meeting, we were trying to get the chief of police to show up, and he did not. And as a reporter, I want to say that I have him on video sitting in the private room in the back, that when Larry Reed closed the meeting and ran off and hid, when he opened that door, what I got on video was Howard Jordan sitting there hiding. So I'd love to see your response to the fact that he was present and unwilling to speak for the police department.
I like to piggyback off what my brother said. I think that there's a mindset in America that people have to understand that these politicians work for you. They work for you. You are their employer. And if you don't like the way something is being done, you're a taxpayer. You have a right to say something. And we don't teach our children that. We teach our children that they're supposed to be passive. They're supposed to just go along and get along. They're not supposed to ask questions. They're not supposed to question authority. So in Fresno, how we roll in Fresno is that we don't care who you are, what your title is. If we don't like the way we're spending our money as taxpayers, we're going to question it. We don't care if you're a politician, we don't care if you're the mayor, whoever you are. And so anybody, police chief or anybody, because it's time out, right, in 2012, that we quit be treated like we're some type of doormat, being paid. These officers are getting $100,000 a year. Mayors are getting $150,000 a year. And all of a sudden our communities are just dysfunctional. And we're supposed to sit here and take it and accept it. And we're not going to take it and accept it. Because people have to understand you can put people in office and you have the right to take people out of office. And it's called recall. Make them spend some money to prove that they should stay in office. Because it don't cost that much to recall somebody.
You know about the recall? I think we should recall these mayors and people like that. Like Dellums got recalled. He was still in office, but he was irrelevant. And so it's not about, as far as I'm concerned, getting the city council to do anything. If they're going to stand in our way, we'll make them irrelevant through our organizing efforts. But we really need to get the workers awake. I think today when we get political shutdowns and get the unions and the community and churches organized in actual self-defense, we're going to be looking for some interesting discussions with our young people in the community, getting them to get into more some productive activities. So I have no answers about that, but I'm looking forward to having those kind of discussions, those kind of movements.
Thank you very much, all of you.